coronavirus number 11.
Wow.
Number 11. Now,
Wow.
folks, we're going to start off like Steve Harvey starts off, introducing the Family Feud at the live audience.
Okay.
I'm your man, Curtis Akins. This is my woman, Paul Akins. We got another good one for you today. We got the returning Corona family from Wuhan, China, versus the essential oil family from the forest. One of these two families is going to drive off with a loaded 2019 coronavirus. Give me COVID and give me eucalyptus.
Oh,
My honey, what about
wow,
eucalyptus
wow,
before we
wow.
go into the disclaimer?
Well, let me just say that I love all the essential oils.
All the essential
right?
oils.
Because all of them have some benefits to them.
Yes, they do.
Eucalyptus is one of my favorite ones.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I have on eucalyptus spearmint today.
You, really, right now?
Yeah, right now.
Oh.
Uh-huh. See? Uh-huh.
Wait a minute, let me
No,
smell
no,
some
no,
more. Okay.
So, okay. So,
Honey, you shouldn't have did that.
that-
That's not good. That's not good right
that's
now.
for, that's for stress.
Yeah.
And okay. And so, and also I like lavender vanilla.
Yes.
I use that at nighttime to go to sleep.
Okay.
And then on top of that one, I use essential oils in my garden.
Oh, okay. In
Peppermint
the garden, that's
oil,
right.
yep,
Now
orange
for the garden,
oils.
for what now? Because we talk about gardening.
They actually ward off insects, the flying ones and the
That's
crawling
right.
ones. So they kind of mask the flavor or the smell of the food that's being produced.
Okay.
So I really like those as well.
Okay.
And then there's just so much to be said about that. But let's talk about first after we do.
The disclaimer.
That's right.
Let's go to our
there.
disclaimer at this time. So here we go. The information presented in this presentation is not to diagnose, prescribe, or treat, but to educate only. We advise that you consult with your primary care physician before incorporating any complementary, integrative, and or alternative lifestyle medicine. All right? So
Ah,
therefore, let's turn the page. We're going to just sit on this graphic just for a little while.
Okay.
Here's a powerful statement from Councils on Health, page 170. Quote, now the first three words is key. Breathe the fragrance
Okay.
of the
okay.
trees and flowers. There are, underscore, life-giving properties in the fragrance. Now, she didn't say make a tea from the tree, eat the food from the tree, but just simply breathe
Mercy.
the aroma that's sent from the tree.
Yeah.
Nothing by mouth. This is coming through the nose. The power of fragrance from the trees, she says, is life-giving properties just in smelling the trees. The fragrance.
Wow, wow. I kind of remember where I think it's not Wildwood, but the other one,
UT
Weimar,
Pines? Oh,
Weimar
Weimar.
Institute out in
Oh,
California.
yes, right.
Originally, it used to be a place where cancer people
That's right.
and those who had other respiratory problems, that actually was what it was. Those trees, those pine trees grew on that property.
Absolutely.
And it became a lifestyle center.
All right.
All right. So what are the possibilities then of the eucalyptus?
Okay, folks, so here we go. Now, let's go with the next graphic here. Essential oils possibilities. Essential oils could be one of the promising solutions because of essential oils can, here it is, easily reach the upper and lower parts of the respiratory by simply inhalation. In other words, now, the number 2 symptoms of COVID-19 is cough.
Right.
That's the upper.
Right.
But the primary target for COVID-19, the symptoms, is the lower respiratory, which is the lungs.
Right.
And
right.
essential oils can access the lungs and also the upper and lower by simply inhaling, breathing in. Therefore, it's very efficacious as far as that's concerned, all right?
I know we got an animation on this one, right?
Oh, wait, we have an animation, about 10-second animation.
Oh.
So let's go with this animation. So a person breathes in. Notice the animation once we get
Okay.
started. Okay, now, so the aerosol goes into the lungs. There it is.
Yes.
Into the lungs. Breathe it in. Going into the lungs. This is where the virus comes. Now, stop. The end of the lungs is alveolar.
Okay.
This is where the incidence of lower respiratory problems reside
Right.
in this area, at the end portion of the lungs.
Okay.
This
okay.
is where we have problems, right there. As a matter of fact, the drug of choice right now for this COVID-19, remdesivir, and this drug, it does increase the respiration, does do that, and decrease the disease, but also what you don't hear, it has numerous side effects.
Okay.
diarrhea,
Oh.
nausea, vomiting, rectal bleeding, kidney failure. And they said this is the most promising drug for that. So therefore, you see that we have something better than that, and it is simply amazing. All right, simply amazing.
Oh, that's going to be something different, which is the eucalyptus. The
Okay,
eucalyptus
so let's
plant.
turn the page.
Oh, let's look at that.
All right,
one.
here we go,
right,
folks.
All right.
Here is the most beneficial oil for this disease. Eucalyptus oil proved useful for aromatherapy in respiratory ailments, and for two reasons. Basically, number one, it reduces inflammation.
Okay.
We talked about that about a few weeks ago.
Right,
And
right.
also, it strengthens the immunity in the lungs. The oil of the eucalyptus. Now, a lot of oils can do that.
Right.
Remember now, folks, this is just simply part one. Part two is next week because it's
Okay.
so powerful,
Okay.
essential oils.
Yes.
So now you deal with essential oils as well. And let's turn the page.
Yes,
Let's
yes,
talk about
yes,
some
yes,
two
yes.
examples, then we get out of here.
I remember one of them, and that was the foot bath.
That's right.
And so, what does it say?
Okay, well, here it
So-
is. Selected Messages, book 2, page 201, 301. For warm foot bath, the oil of the eucalyptus, he says this in 1800s, folks, is especially beneficial in cases of cough, that's the upper respiratory system,
Okay.
and pains in the chest and lungs, that's the lower respiratory system. So she says this in Selected Messages, book 2, page 301, drops of oil in the foot bath.
Now, I know that works for me.
It
that
really
actually
does.
worked for me for congestion.
Conge-
right?
uh-huh.
But there's another one that you use when I have a cold and also a problem with my bronchial system.
Okay.
And that is the eucalyptus tent.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love the eucalyptus
Well,
tent.
let's turn the page. Okay, now,
Okay.
so here we go. Example number 2, the steam tent. So let's talk about what's going on here. Let's talk about the picture on the left, and
Okay.
then let's talk about the picture on the right. I don't know. I hear some laughter in the audience. I don't know where that laughter is coming from.
So I remember when I had a problem with a cold
Okay.
and a problem with congestion.
Chest congestion.
And so what you did was you took and put a big umbrella, and the handle of the umbrella went behind the
Behind the seat.
behind
yeah,
the seat
right, you
itself. And then we had a table, and then you had the fifth burner and boiling water.
said. And a sheet over the umbrella.
Yes, after you drop the eucalyptus drops in there, you pull the sheet over me so that the only thing that was, it came down to my lap. So therefore, I was actually in a eucalyptus tent.
So therefore, that's the right side. So you breathe in all of the respiratory droplets
Yes.
from the eucalyptus oil.
Yes.
As you breathe in, it goes down the bronchial tubes, down into your lungs, and therefore it was simply amazing. Ellen White talks about this years ago. Now the clinical studies confirming that as well.
Well, I can talk about it too because after we've done that for several days, the congestion was gone.
Yes.
I would sit back and just relax for about an hour. You did it several times because it takes a while for it to work. And then I was able to breathe again. I would listen to WJOU or listen to a sermon.
Sometimes you go to sleep.
Oh, yeah, I would go to sleep too. But it was all good because that eucalyptus, it ain't playing.
Yeah, it's very excellent for us. And remember, folks, the respiratory system, the lower respiratory
Right,
system, the
right.
lungs, is the primary target for this disease. Eucalyptus, when you breathe in, it goes
Yes.
right where the virus goes,
Right,
the
right,
same
right.
area. It's more efficacious. Matter of fact, remdesivir, you may not know this, in the next coming weeks,
Okay.
they're now dealing with that drug where you can simply inhale.
Really?
The first phase clinical trials already started.
Okay.
That'll be available next month. So therefore, they understand that inhaling the drug is more efficacious than taking it by mouth. So they already started that. But you can do this with the essential oil, particularly eucalyptus. And this is just part one.
Okay, but no side effects with the
Yes.
eucalyptus. But let's end with talking about how does God see incense
Okay.
and
Here we
oils
go,
and
folks.
stuff?
Now, this is amazing, all right? So we got 1 minute. Revelation chapter 8, verses 3, and also verse 4 as well. Another angel was given much incense to offer with the prayers of all God's people. If we read also verse 4, it's amazing. This angel was designated to carry a golden censer of
Right.
incense,
Right.
much to offer with the prayers of God's people. That's how God views incense and fragrance as far as that's concerned. So let's close out.
All right.
So Next week will be part 2. John 10:10. Jesus said, I come, that they might have life and have it more abundantly.